Hey, are you thinking about moving to Santee, California, but you're not quite sure if it's going to be a good fit for you and your family? Well, stick around. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all the pros and cons of living in Santee and raising a family in Santee, which is a suburban community out in East County, San Diego, so that you can decide if Santee is going to be a good fit for you and your family. And we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in San Diego, California and the surrounding neighborhoods, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can be the first to know about any market updates here in East County, San Diego and the surrounding areas. My name's Emily Benito. I'm a local real estate agent and a mom, and my passion is helping families just like you make their move here within San Diego, and I love it. So whether you're looking to move in a week or a month or even in a year, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a message so that we can help you and your family make a smooth move too. All right, so in this video, we are talking about Santee, California, which is a city in East County, San Diego. It is about 18 miles east of the coastline. And if you took Santee and took the freeway straight down to the beach you're gonna hit is La Jolla. So that's kind of where it's at in correlation to the whole entire county. We're central in the county, but all the way to the east. The population in Santee today is about 60,000 people. But Santee really started developing with subdivisions in the 50s. So in the mid-50s, the population was only about 2,000 people, and developers came in and started building it out. In between the 50s and the 70s, the population jumped to 25,000. So as you can imagine, there is a lot of homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So you have the older communities of Santee, and then you have newer pockets, newer developments, newer subdivisions. So it's a little bit of mix of both, where places like, let's say in Claremont, you're not gonna have any real new development or subdivisions. The entire city of Claremont is all built between the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Similar to Santee, I think of Santee is kind of the East County cousin to Claremont because it has a lot of the same characteristics. They're both very family friendly. They have homes that were built in the same eras. So the look and style and feel of the homes is very similar. A lot of them are 1 and 2 bathrooms, 3 to 4 bedrooms. So on the smaller side, between 1,000 and 1,500 square feet. And then of course the newer homes are bigger, but we're gonna get into that in a little bit. The main freeways that run through Santee are the 52 freeway, which runs east and west. So if you jump on the 52 freeway, it can take you straight, drop you into La Jolla, into the Cove, which is amazing. Probably a 20-minute drive without any traffic. The 52 also can take you straight into UTC, which is a business hub. There's a lot of high rises and businesses. Insurance and finance are located in UTC. I actually worked there for 15 years. I know it really well. But the UTC Mall is there too. And UTC Mall just went through a major renovation these past few years, and it's a gorgeous mall. It's an outdoor mall, so you don't need to go there necessarily just to go shopping. They have an IMAX movie theater and a lot of great restaurants and different kinds of gyms and SoulCycle and an amazing 24-hour fitness. But they also have a ton of shops, everything from boutiques to your run-of-the-mill, you know, Macy's and Forever 21 and all that. And you also have your very high-end shops like Neiman Marcus. So you've got everything at the UTC Mall. It's a great place to just go shop, grab a drink. Now, the other freeway that runs through Santee is the 125 freeway. The 125 freeway is a shorter freeway. It runs north and south. The 52 also connects to a lot of major freeways. So you can jump on the 52 and take the 15 north, which can take you all the way to LA and beyond through Riverside. Into North County, San Diego. You can also catch the 5 freeway, which can take you all the way south to the Mexican border in Tijuana, or you can catch the 52 to the 5 north, which will take you all the way to Washington. So you're going to be able to take that 5 to North County and Orange County and Los Angeles and beyond. Proximity-wise, being able to get around from Santee is pretty easy because you are so close to all these major freeways. To give you an idea of where Santee is, the surrounding communities are El Cajon is directly south of Santee. East of Santee is Lakeside, which is more of a country rural kind of community. North of Santee, you're gonna run into kind of a rural area and then hit Poway, which is a more affluent community and really amazing school district, but triple the price tag, I would say, than Santee. So you're gonna find Santee in the northeast end of East County. All right, so let's get into the pros and cons of Santee. All right, the number one pro for me for Santee is the cost of real estate. I don't feel like the cost of real estate or the prices have caught up with Santee like they have a lot of the other areas of San Diego. So you can get a nice, cute little starter home for $750,000 to $800,000, which I feel like you can't really get in many places in San Diego without it being a rougher neighborhood or maybe an older, worn down neighborhood, where the neighborhoods in Santee feel like they've been kept up nicely. The roads have been well taken care of. You're close to really nice shopping centers. So the fact that you can get in for about $750,000 to $800,000 for a cute starter home, which what would cost about closer to $900,000 to $1 million in Claremont, makes it really attractive for maybe first-time buyers looking to get into a home without having to pay $1 million. Now, an $800,000 or $900,000 home is going to get you a beautiful 4-bedroom, 1,500 to 1,800 square foot home, maybe even with a pool in Santee, and you're not going to be able to find that in many other places when you're closer to this city. So you just really do get a lot more for your house. So in the same vein, what would be a totally renovated turnkey 1,500 square foot home, let's say in Claremont, would cost you $1.3 million. $1.3 million in Santee gets you a dreamy new build house with a pool on a hilltop with views of the city, all the modern amenities of a new home and features of a brand new build. So you definitely get a lot more for your money in Santee, which for me is a huge plus. So that's pro number one, is the cost of real estate. What your money gets you in Santee is mind-blowing compared to places closer to the coast. All right, number two on the list is all the outdoor activities you can do right here in Santee, California without ever having to leave. So first of all, Santee is beautiful in that it is surrounded in nature. You have tons and tons of amazing parks with lots of old trees, so parks with old trees. You're surrounded by mountains and hiking trails and lakes. So you really don't need to leave Santee to do things outdoors, which is amazing. So if you're in a season of your life where you just want a slower pace of life and a nice suburban neighborhood away from the rat race, away from traffic and congestion, but still want really easy access to the city, Santee is great because you're still 25 minutes away from everything. But right here in Santee, you've got a ton of stuff to do. All right, so let's talk about the things to do in Santee. First of all, Mast Park. Mast Park is an amazing park. It has disc golf, which is really huge in Santee, and it gets really busy on the weekends. So if you're into that or want to get into it, you've got disc golf. They've got amazing playgrounds at Mast Park. So if you've got young kids or school-age kids that love the playground still, there's amazing playgrounds there. And they have dog parks that are accommodating for large sizes and separately for small dogs and then puppies. So 3 different areas for the dog parks, which is amazing. The park itself is just beautiful with tons and tons of trees and shade, and it's just gorgeous. Next, let's talk about Santee Lakes. Santee Lakes is right here in Santee, and it's 7 man-made lakes, but they have actual cabins that you can rent out. There are 10 cabins on the property. 6 of them are right there waterfront, and 3 of them are floating, and they all have different things to them. The cabins are small, cute little cabins. They have a kitchenette with a stove and a refrigerator. They even come with a grill and a fire pit, so you can go there for the weekend with your family. Super easy without having to pack up and go too far. You can actually fish in the lake. They load the lakes up with fish, so you can go fishing there, and it's beautiful. And there's tons of walking trails, so you can go there and just take a walk or walk your dog, or tons of playgrounds. There's 2 pools and a jacuzzi, so if you're staying there, you have access to those amenities and a clubhouse. So it's a really neat place right here in the middle of Santee, which is really amazing. And then you have Carlton Oaks Golf Course and Country Club, which is also here in Santee, and other outdoor activities surrounded by gorgeous mountains. And then we have Mission Trails, which is epic if you like going hiking or even for just an easy trail hike. It has 60 trailheads, so you have a lot to choose from. Mission Trails wraps around from Santee to La Mesa, and it's got Cowles Mountain, so really scenic, really beautiful. And if you like going hiking, it's cool because you don't have to go far to be able to get a really nice hike in with some scenic views right here in Santee. And then lastly, you've got the Santee Boulders. So if you enjoy rock climbing, definitely check out Santee Boulders. It's not something I've ever done, but if you and your kids are interested at all, you've got rock climbing right here in Santee as well. And then of course, Santee is still close to the Pacific Ocean. We're only 18 miles west of La Jolla, which is one of the most beautiful oceans and beach communities in all of Southern California. So you're essentially 25 miles east of the beaches and 10 miles to Lake Jennings, which is just east of you in Lakeside. So if you want to go to the ocean, you've got a 25-minute drive, and 10 minutes away, you can do lake life at Lake Jennings. And last but not least, if you like the snow, when it rains in San Diego, it's very likely snowing in Mount Laguna. So you've got snow 45 minutes east of you and the beach 25 minutes west of you. So Santee is a really amazing location to do a lot of outdoor activities without having to drive too far. Number 3 on the list is proximity to everything. So although you might be out in East County, a lot of people think of East County as like so far away, but now that we've been living here for several years, it really isn't. Because the 52 freeway runs right through Santee, it makes it really easy to jump around and get around anywhere in San Diego. You're gonna take that 52 and go straight to the beach, which is about 25 minutes. It's a lot closer to the city than it is if you were to live in, let's say, North County, which is another very popular suburban area of San Diego, which is North County. The biggest drawback for me moving up there is you almost feel like you've left San Diego. You are closer to an hour away from downtown and the Padres and all the attractions of San Diego that are centrally located are much closer to East County San Diego than they are to North County. So for me, the proximity to everything is huge. So we are about 20 minutes from the beach, 25 minutes to the airport and downtown, Balboa Park, all the attractions, but tucked away in a nice, quiet suburban community, mountainside in East County. Number 4 on the list for me is the Trolley Station Shopping Centers. The Town Center Shopping Center is enormous, and it's also clean, and there's tons and tons of parking. Now, you probably don't care about any of this if you are not in the season of maybe raising kids and doing mom life and running errands, and like shopping centers are like an important thing for us. I know when I was single and didn't have kids, I never even went to Target, like hardly ever. But this season of my life, being able to run all your errands, bring your kids with you, grab your Starbucks, get your crumble cookie, do your shopping at Target or whatnot. Every store you can think of in this shopping center, from Home Depot to your big box stores, to your chain restaurants, to your nail salon, your 24-hour fitness, like it's got it all. So it's in this shopping center. And so for me, that's a huge pro. And this shopping center is so nice that I've heard people that live closer to Mission Valley, let's say, or in La Mesa, prefer to come out to the Santee shopping center than go out to Mission Valley, because it's just newer and cleaner and way less congested. So it's easy to get around. Parking is much easier. So Santee shopping centers are amazing. Number 5 on the list is the trolley station stops at Santee. So in that same shopping center, you can grab the trolley and head downtown to catch a Padres game in downtown San Diego. You could also catch that trolley to Mission Valley, to the new stadium, the Snapdragon Stadium, to watch a college football game or catch a concert or any of the other events that are going on at these venues. So the trolley really makes it convenient to be able to just park and go without having to drive in the city or deal with an Uber. Number 6 on the list is the community in Santee. So Santee has a really strong sense of community, and it's a really great family-friendly community. So meaning that they have lots of events all year round here in Santee. They have the Bites and Brews Fest every October, for example, where there's food and vendors and music, and there's events going on the lake, and during 4th of July, there's just a lot of community events going on that are family friendly. So you don't really have to venture out of Santee to do fun family friendly activities, which is a huge bonus when you are in that season of your life. Number 7 on my list is schools. The public schools in Santee are highly rated. Santee actually has its own school district. It's not part of the San Diego County School District. It is the Santee School District. So if you want more information on that, make sure to reach out to me. Just shoot me a text or send me an email, give me a call, and I will share with you all the information on Santee schools. Last but not least is the crime rate in Santee needs to be noted. Make sure to do your own research, but on a national average, Santee's crime rate is significantly lower than the rest of the nation. All right, let's talk about the cons. The number one con of Santee is that it is a sleepy suburb. There's not a lot going on in Santee. So if you are one that likes to be close to like nightlife in a little downtown community with the best restaurants and bars and cute little shops and coffee houses that are eclectic, you're not going to find that in Santee. Santee is your typical suburb with large big box stores and chain restaurants for the most part. There is some small businesses there, but for the most part, it's going to be your very generic suburbia. So if you need more culture in your life, you're probably not going to like Santee. Number 2 on the list is it gets hot. So it is East County, and East County is about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than it is on the coast. So in the summertime, if the beaches are in their about 75, you're going to find that the temperatures at East County are anywhere from 85, 90, even 95 degrees. And in our hottest months, it's not unheard of to have 100-degree days. And Santee, because of the way it is in a bowl surrounded by the mountains, it actually gets hotter. It reminds me more of I actually grew up in Los Angeles in the valley, and the valley is always 20 degrees hotter than the city. And Santee kind of feels like it's always 20 to 25 degrees hotter than the coast because it is just ridged up in that valley, in that bowl right behind the mountains. So if you hate the heat, you will hate Santee because in the summertime, it is hot. If you love the heat, it's amazing because if you have a pool, it's great. You just have your kids play in the pool all summer. It wears them out. I think it's amazing. It's the best thing for kids and getting them tired and while they're having tons of fun, but it's a negative for most. So I have to mention it. The summertime heat is definitely a negative for a lot of people. Number 3 on the list is commuting. So commuting sucks in Santee because you're taking the 52 freeway and it is gridlock. It is pretty bad during rush hour commuting times. But other times outside of that, you're fine. But if you need to commute for work, you definitely need to take that into consideration when thinking about moving to Santee. If you're going to be okay with sitting in traffic for half an hour to an hour to get home. It is a trade-off because you are getting a lot more for your money housing-wise and great schools and a great environment and cleaner, newer neighborhoods. But you will be stuck in traffic. Number 4 on the list is there is a very small airport nearby, Gillespie Field, and there are airplanes that go overhead in Santee. So if that is something that you're sensitive to, definitely make sure that you're going to be okay with the flight paths within proximity to a home that you're interested in or a neighborhood you're interested in. Otherwise, you may want to avoid Santee or certain areas of Santee altogether to avoid being under a flight path. And last but not least, Santee is far away. So that's the biggest pushback I get when I suggest Santee, is that it's just really far from everything, which if you are wanting to be close within 15 minutes to restaurants and bars and beaches, and you just want to be really close to it all, you're not going to be happy in Santee. You're going to be feeling like you have removed yourself from, all things San Diego. But if you are in a season of living in the burbs and wanting a slower pace of life, then you're just, a 20-minute drive away from all the happenings because of the freeways. But again, if you want to be close to everything, then Santee is definitely not the place for you because you are out in the burbs. So there you have it. I hope the video was helpful for you and you have a better sense of what life looks like here in Santee, California, and if it's a good fit for you and your family. Make sure to check out my other videos on Santee, from my Santee vlogs to my Santee Maps tour, so you can see what home prices and real estate looks like here and decide if Santee is a place for you. And if you have any questions or want more information about Santee or any of the surrounding areas, make sure to give me a call or shoot me a text or send me a message so that I can help you and your family make a smooth move too.